Hello Tamers, and welcome to Buy or Buy Special Limited Set Edition. This is a video that's meant to evaluate the newest card set of Digimon and see if it's a buy or a say bye to. As always, my name is Regina or Rejigglypuff, and thank you so much for checking out this video. Before we begin, I do just want to preface this by saying Digimon is a hobby, it is a regular card game, and you should never feel obligated to break the bank for any of these cards. As much as we are all competitors at the heart of it, at the end of the day, it is just cardboard, so you should never feel pressured to have to buy it. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So what exactly is the special limited set? Well, part of the name is on the tin. It's a limited set, and by that, it means that the card list is way smaller than any of the other card sets we've had, including EX sets. There's actually only 34 cards in this set, and a good chunk of them are alternative arts. The special limited set that's releasing on the 13th is actually a combination of LM sets 2 through 4 in Japan, which in order are Limited Card Pack Death Xmon, Limited Card Pack Set 2024, and Limited Card Pack Torrid Vice. LM01 was actually already released here as an extra bonus sheet set found in BT15, which is Exceed Apocalypse, and it was definitely met with mixed reactions because the best card in there was the Quantumon, and if I recall correctly, it actually took up a secret slot if you pulled it. So I personally had no problems with it because I like Ghost Game and I wanted to build the Gamamon deck and I need Quantumon in my deck. So for me, it wasn't a terrible bonus set to have, but I know that a lot of people weren't exactly the biggest fans of it. Now, here's the thing. We're not actually even getting all of the cards that are found in those Japanese LM sets in this special limited set. In fact, some of the cards that were supposed to be released in this LM set were actually released in Event Pack Series 7. And while some of the cards that are in Event Pack Series 7 are being released in the special limited set still, one of the best cards that could and should have been reprinted is staying as an event pack only reprint. And yeah, I'm talking about X Antibody Protoform. This is a card that we all expected and sort of assumed to be kept in the LM set that we're getting, but it got confirmed that it's actually not being printed in there and is staying as an event pack only reprint. So if you were hoping to try to pull that there, I hate to dash your hopes. You will not be pulling it inside this LM set, and I'm very sorry about that. Which does lead us to the question, is this set even worth buying? The honest answer is both yes and no. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but in all honesty, it sort of depends on which side of the aisle you are in terms of the Digimon card game. If you're a collector, I don't think this set is worth buying at all. There's going to be a flood of some of these cards on the market, and if you're patient, those alt arts will drop at some point, and once they stop being decent in the card game, they're going to be at a great point to pick up. The base super rares are going to be cheap as heck because there will be a surplus available across the board because the set is so small. However, on the other side of it, if you are a player, I think this set is actually worth picking up. The MSRP on these packs is supposed to be $7.50, which feels steep in comparison to the normal Digimon packs, which are generally about $4 to $5. There are also only 9 cards per pack in these packs, and only 6 packs per box. That means you should be looking to pay at minimum $45 and probably no more than $50 per box that you pick up. However, I think the biggest value in these boxes is the guaranteed cards that you can get in this, which are going to be the scrambles. So when I say guaranteed, you are supposed to be getting 2 of each of the scrambles when you pick up a box. Now, the scrambles are the cards that some players have been waiting for in a long time because of their effect, which is the same across all of the colors. Scrambles are a great and cheap way to evo your Digimon and to bring back cards from your trash to the top of your deck, and it lets you play out a 2k body from your trash. Even the security effect is great. You play a body that's 2k DP or less, and then you add the scramble to your hand. And like I said, this is the same across all of the colors. These are cards that, honestly, we have been waiting for such a long time, and it felt like forever ago that they announced it in Japan, and now we're finally getting them here. And because of that wait, it's actually really nice to know that when you buy a box that you're going to get you are going to get the half playset from there. So you're going to get 2 copies of every single one of the scrambles, which Honestly, halfway there is better than only a fourth of the way there. And while 2 boxes might seem like a steep price to get the full playset, to put into perspective, think about the training boosts. Now, training boosts were just as good. They kind of do the same thing where they reduce the evolution cost, but you are able to also search the top 2 cards of your deck. Now, trainings came out as a box topper for BT14, which was Blast Ace Evolution, and when you bought a box, which was probably around 85 to 90, I think the most I've seen it was a little bit over 100, you are guaranteed one of each of the colors of the trainings. But most decks run at least 2 to 3, with some of them, like Lugomon or Mirage Galgomon, running 4 of their respective training boosts. And at some point, trainings actually hit over $10. I think at one point they were hitting around $14 for wisdom trainings. So even if you're buying singles for some of those trainings, you're looking at minimum $40 for the playset. And that's not even for all the other colors. We did recently get these training boosts reprinted inside of the starter decks that came out, which would have been Vortex Guardian and Fable Waltz. And they came with really neat alt arts for those. And I think you got 2 of them. Sorry, you got 1 in each of the starter decks. So it was nice to see them reprinted so quickly, but the trainings are still a pretty steep price right now, in my opinion. So if you spend around $100, you can get your full playset of all the scrambles, and personally, that alone makes it worth it. And while you might not need all of the different colors for the scrambles, consider the fact that you can use them to trade for other halves or whatever colors you do need, or for other cards that you might have been keeping your eye on for a while. There's also the fact that because this is a limited set and some people might not want to buy it because of that small card pool, the market of scrambles will be smaller. I know some players who aren't even considering buying the boxes because the Essers that they want will be flooded on the market, but the scrambles is really what I think a lot of people are focusing on. So in my opinion, I think it's actually better to guarantee your playset than have to scramble for the pieces that you might need later. This is because I'm thinking about the way that trainings sort of went. I actually ended up picking up trainings a little bit at a time because I had a feeling that I was going to need them, and I was right because I like to build decks, but I don't want that same sort of thing to happen with scrambles for me because, yeah, I might not use all of the colors, but I would rather have them and not need them than need them and not be able to find them anywhere or find them for a price that I'm not really willing to pay. So I know I'm focusing a lot on the scrambles, and honestly, it's because it feels like the biggest draw to the LM set for me. The other cards that they have printed in there just feel like necessary bonuses. If you're looking at the other alt arts and the special bordered foils that they have, Shine Greymon Ruin Mode and Death Xmon are thankfully still available to pull inside of this set, but I am personally hoping to pull the Sistermon alts for myself, but that's because I'm on the Jessamon Cope train, and spoiler alert, I am the conductor for that particular train. Now, even though these cards that I've mentioned have been printed in Event Pack 7 outside of the Shine Greymon Ruin Mode, I actually still think they're really great cards to pull because 1, they're playable, and 2, they're just really pretty cards, and they're good secrets and alts to have. Especially if you're looking at something like Shine Greymon Ruin Mode, which that secret is really nice. I'm actually of the personal opinion that the EX4 alt art is actually the prettier one than the one that you get in the LM set, and I know I'm not alone in that. So it's still a good card to pull though, because it's a good secret, right? It's not like a bad secret to pull, and so it's kind of nice that they gave us that at least. The rest of the set is actually still a pretty decent card pool. We're finally getting the Bond Aces, so I'm talking about Agumon Bond of Courage and Gabumon Bond of Friendship, and we're actually getting a lot of the aces that we were missing. Shivamon Ace, there was Justimon Ace, and my personal favorite, to nobody's surprise probably, which would be the Sukuyamon Maid Mode Ace. If you're a security control lover, you're gonna love this card. We're also getting the new memory boost. These are the memory boosts that are one color but can also meet color requirements from the other color that's found in them. That sounded really confusing, so let's take, for example, the Jade Memory Boost. This is a green memory boost, as indicated by the color, but that first line says blue also meets this card's color requirements. So you can have a blue Digimon Tamer or Egg on the field, and it'll still meet the color requirements for the Jade Memory Boost. Most importantly, it finally fixes, I think, a problem that memory boosts have been having lately, which is only searching for one color. These new memory boosts will let you search for the two different colors, the color that the card actually is printed, and then that corrective text as well. So in the case of the Jade memory boost, you can look at the top three, and then you're going to add one green or one blue Digimon card among them, and then the rest get to the bottom of the deck, and then it has the delay that the other memory boosts have, which is to gain 2 memory. With the way that Digimon has been going lately, with a lot of multicolored Digimon decks out there, and people running multiple different colors of decks, these are actually really good memory boosts to have, and I think they're definitely going to replace the original memory boost for a lot of people. So there's also just really nice cards to have printed in this set. So overall, I think the set is worth it to pick up as a player, simply because you don't have to worry about getting a playset of Scrambles. You'll probably get a playset of most, if not all, of the cards like twice over, and then you're starting the road to a full set of whatever memory boosts are in the colors that you like the most. As a player, that guarantee for me of having those cards is worth it, versus my suggestion for collectors, which would be that this is a set that you can wait on and just keep an eye on the market and buy when it feels comfortable for you. But let me know. Are you planning on picking up this set, and how many boxes? Or are you just going to market watch for the singles or trade around? I'm genuinely curious to know how other people feel about this, because I'll admit that the people in my locals are looking forward to buying the boxes, and we've been talking about what we're kind of looking forward to in this. And like I said, I'm personally probably going to pick up 2 boxes because I do just like to have the guarantee of sets. I like to deck build a lot, and I don't really have to want to worry about trying to find the pieces for those decks. So for me, this is going to be a personal buy and not a say goodbye to. But thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.